What the hell happened here, Playa del Carmen?
Playa del Carmen, one of Mexico's top tourist spots, holds a special place in my heart. So much I convinced my friend to come here with me. We were gonna enjoy all the goofiness in this crazy city, but most of all, chill down at those magic beaches I remembered from 6 years ago. But it turns out a lot has changed in 6 years. I'd heard some disturbing rumors about what's been happening since my last visit this exact same time of the year. But I wasn't prepared for this.
Huh. Not as crystal clear water as I remembered it.
The beach this very place is named after had turned into pure garbage. Icky, stinky seaweed, or technically brown algae called sargasso, has totally taken over, clogging up the beaches, painting the water murky brown. The problem has grown worse each summer, and this year it's pure disaster. Walking towards the end, it's almost impossible imagining this was one of Playa del Carmen's most popular beaches a few seasons ago. This summer, no one even wants to be near it.
And that's where it ended, in a construction site.
I took this photo at the same spot July 6 years ago. It doesn't quite look the same. So far, seaweed season happens from April to August, but the problem has been growing worse each year.
Let's have a refreshing swim in the ocean, shall we?
Don't do it. For some people, these algae cause allergic reactions. And believe me, you don't want to wade through them.
This is the worst piece of garbage water I've ever seen. What the hell happened here, Playa del Carmen? It's totally impossible to swim. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by myself. Smelling like sewer. Thank you.
Disappointing, saddening, alarming. Pick your word. This would have been the restaurant view this same day 6 years back. We're gonna need a whole lot of food to process this shock. At least the service is fast when you're the only guests.
And the smell? Yes, it stinks of seaweed. And perhaps something else.
It does get just a little bit better at the other end by Parque los Fundadores, formerly the most iconic beach of the whole town. No, it's not good enough to actually swim, but at least it smells better. And once again, this is how the beach has changed the last 6 years. This is not just Mexico's fault. The algae is riding the currents from the deep sea, and the massive increase is believed to be caused by pollution, a warmer climate, and fertilizers leaking into the water. But excessive hotel construction, faulty sewer systems, garbage problems, and corruption, that certainly doesn't help.
Yeah, I know I like to laugh things away. That's my personality, but this situation with the beaches here is just... it's making me sad. Deeply, utterly sad. How can you let great beaches go to waste like this? How can you make them go from paradise turquoise to just plain black? It's just... I just can't get it.
It's not like no one is doing anything. Authorities have tried finding solutions, even the Navy has been called in. The resorts are struggling to keep their part of the beach clean, and the idle lifeguards monitor the situation. But I think we can agree the results so far, it's not very satisfying. Okay, let's cheer up a bit. All is not lost, yet. There's still a beach left in reasonable shape.
Well, this was considerably better.
Good enough for Philip to actually try the water.
First swim abroad in how long?
5 years, I think.
That's a long time. Definitely looking better here. Let's try it out. Well, it's warm enough and actually starting to look a little turquoise here. Getting those Caribbean vibes. Just a little bit of seaweed here. Nothing to worry about.
Perhaps not postcard perfect, but my god, that was good.
I mean, this is a world of difference just in comparison to a couple of 100 meters around there. This water is actually swimmable.
I never thought I would say this, but finding a patch of beach with some people was kind of a relief. There is something haunting with a tourist area without tourists. Still, far from the whole beach qualifies for swimming, and there's no telling what next year will be like, or next week. Maybe it's all been swallowed by that brown-black cloud by then. A general rule when beach hunting summertime in Yucatan: if it's facing east, be prepared for disappointment. And boy, did this beach look better 6 years ago. Not the best weather conditions, but just look at the water.
So, I don't want to be that grumpy old guy, but seeing how this place has changed the last years, it's just hard being optimistic for the future.
Hey, at least the weather is nice, right? So, if the beaches aren't up to standard, how else can one enjoy this tropical climate?
Where are we going, Philip?
Beach club.
We're going to the beach club because we need a little more alcohol. Yes, always. And if you want to go to a beach club, you could basically pay infinite amounts of money. We found a better deal.
At the cheaper clubs or hotels, you pay around $30 for a day, including a credit to eat or drink for.
Well, they have a pool. Opa! Gonzalo.
Suddenly the beach seems much better, almost decent.
Here comes my favorite girl again. Oh. Thank you.
How do the margaritas compete with the Brazilian caipirinhas? They're doing quite well. That's all I'm saying at this point. Staying hydrated is key.
It's 35, 36 degrees. Insane. What are people supposed to do when they visit Playa del Carmen?
Ooh, definitely drink.
Drink margaritas.
Drink margaritas.
That's some great advice.
I wish I had an ice cold beverage with alcohol. I do have an ice cold beverage with alcohol, thank God.
A beach club is probably the best way to spend the day if you choose to stay in town. Unfortunately, the brown plague haunts the whole peninsula. Summer situation is the same along the whole east coast. And yes, Tulum, world famous beach heaven of the highest degree. It has now shifted from paradise turquoise to, well, pure disaster. But there is a workaround. Get on a boat and get to an island. Why? Because by default, islands have beaches not facing east, which means they will be spared from seaweed. I'll keep saying seaweed from now on. We chose Cozumel, half an hour by ferry from Playa del Carmen. If you haven't booked hotels yet and like clean beaches, I strongly urge you to consider a few nights here instead. This isn't even a particularly good beach, it was just closest. Holy crap, that is a welcome sight. Soak in the landscape for a second before returning to your lounger. A day pass to this beach cost about $25. Also, ironically, Cancun, the single most developed tourist area in the whole of Mexico, turned out to have the best stretch of beaches along the entire coast this summer. And I kind of promised myself never to return here again. But if you insist on staying in Playa, why not just spend your days drinking? If there is one thing still delivering in this crazy town, it's the party. More about that later on. Sorry for being this overdramatic, whiny snowflake, but we need to see this one more time. This is 6 years ago. What the actual f***?
Okay, Playa, this will hurt, but I'm saying it because I love you, or rather used to love you. You gotta do something about this situation. If the beaches here don't improve, this place will be dead within 10-15 years, because no one wants to come and see this. Please get this sorted out.
Okay, that's it. It's all out of my system. Now, let's have a look at all the fun stuff to do that will make your visit to Playa worth the while.
The eagle has landed.
And perhaps just a little bit of fiesta as well.
Yes, this is definitely it's a secret party.
Turn up.
Thanks for watching and be safe.